Welcome back to another edition of No Run Zone, the BC Adult Flag Football League chat for everything flag football here in British Columbia and around the globe. As always, I'm your host, Derek Slavin, and joining me, Mr. Hunter Lake. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir, and what a special afternoon it is.
It is. Why is it a special afternoon? Is it because Van City Vice had a good weekend? Was it because the sun's shining today? What's going on today?
Well, today's a special day for everyone because it is one of my favorite entertainers' birthdays. Big shout out to Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. So
Yes.
happy birthday to him, and happy birthday to everyone's favorite person in flag football because he gave us all this amazing league and continues to build. Happy birthday, Derek.
Thank you, sir. 45 and going strong.
Ooh, perfect age.
Yeah, I just aged myself. It's okay. So let's dive right into what just took place a few days ago out at Cloverdale. What an amazing weekend. Like, what an absolutely amazing weekend. It was a little bit windy, a little bit cold, but the weather held off. Um, I'm so ecstatic and so excited for what is coming this season and what we just witnessed in week one. Give me your thoughts. What did you see? You were on the field from what? From 7:30 in the morning lining fields to time did you leave? About 5 p.m.
Yeah, I had to call it at 5 p.m. right in the last little bit of games. I am just in awe of all the work you do every single week because this was my first day and I could not have been more gassed out. So, anyone who says that they don't get their money's worth, holy cow, do they ever?
It's a lot
No,
of work,
it's a lot of
but
work, and you do such
it's
a
a
great
labor of
job.
love. It is a labor of
Absolutely.
love.
I couldn't have been happier. Like, I was flying on fumes and I was having the absolute best time, and everyone's energy. We've never had a season like this before. It felt like we had our own utopia of football, and everyone was so on board and so energetic. It was amazing.
Honestly, it almost gave tournament vibes. You know,
Absolutely.
like what we have running with the Pacific International Open. It gave those sort of vibes. All we were missing was a beer garden and a DJ.
I'm sure that's coming eventually because holy cow,
Quite
was it
possible.
yeah.
So on that note, just so everybody's aware and make sure you come hungry this weekend out at Seltzer Athletic, we will have food trucks. That was one of the biggest asks from this last weekend was, how come you guys don't have food? How come there's no concession? How come people were hungry? You go, some of these players are out there playing 6 games, 7 games, 8 games. They're hungry, man. So shout out to Jason and the Greater Vancouver Food Truck Festival for hooking us up. We will have this weekend TNT wraps will be on site at South Surrey, and so will Booster Juice. So they will be there for your tasting pleasures. So we saw 56 football games on Sunday, starting at 9 a.m. And we were a little bit behind by the end of the day. We finished at 6 p.m. That is a full slate for you, sir, to pick your power rankings, to dissect what we witnessed. So let's dive into it and let's start with our women's division.
Fantastic. Women's division was great. I got to watch most of the games because I was doing stats keeping for them and I was recording a couple of them and I was kind of working with some of the refs a bit. First off, huge shout out to the refs. A lot of their first ever games, and they are still learning and doing a great job of communicating. And I just want to say a big thank you out to all of them. It is such a hard job. And to see the ones that have come back from a year ago or 2 years ago and the confidence and the knowledge that they brought back to share with the other refs, so cool to see. So I'll help them keep growing to make sure we stay positive because no one here knew football their first year playing. No one was good at football their first year playing. Same rules that go for reffing, right? Like you got to learn the game. There's a learning curve. Be nice, be kind. They'll come back. They'll be better. So stay
Yeah,
good,
and
guys.
I touching on that real quick. I think this was probably over the past 2.5 years. This was probably our strongest opening day when it comes to the officiating. They did a fantastic job overall in comparison. Progression is definitely there. They're learning. They're growing. Very professional this week. It was great for what we're trying to build and for what we're doing for the future. So shout out to the Lower Mainland Football Referees Association. Thank you for your assistance.
Absolutely. All right, going right into the women's games. What a shocking start. First game off the docket, Crimson Chaos taking down Easy Eve 13 to nothing. I got to watch most of this game and I was so impressed by Chaos's quarterback played a super fantastic game, keeping the ball safe, making the other team drive the whole field, minimalizing turnovers, and their defense absolutely taking every deep ball out of the air. Easy E kept pushing it deep when they were missing the easy open passes, and Crimson Chaos made them pay every time for it, giving them a shutout, which is super impressive in fives.
Throwing for Chaos this season again is Janice Z, right?
No, I think it's Camille. I'm not sure her
Oh, was it
last name.
Camille?
Yeah, Camille was
I
the game I was
I didn't
watching.
watch it, unfortunately. I was playing on the other field, so
Yeah, we had we I'm apologize. I'm 90% sure I know your name. I'm sure it's Camille. If it's not, I'm sorry. Super impressed by her. The whole team. Rosie, outstanding defense. Jess, every time I looked over, she was juking 6 or 7 people. They weren't even that many on the field, but she was still running by them. It was crazy to watch. Um,
Camille Cruz.
Camille Cruz, awesome.
Camille
Yeah,
Cruz. Well done, Camille. 5 passing touchdowns over 2 games.
good start. Great start for them. And 2-0. That's probably a first time. I mean, for them jumping into against elite teams and going 2-0, fantastic for them. That just shows how much they've worked, how much better they've gotten. I'm very excited to see where they're going throughout the
This is
season.
their 4th season as Crimson Chaos. A lot of these women have played with us or have played flag football before. But this is their 4th season as Crimson Chaos. They started out in our rec division, and now here they are. They're going to take a run at the table.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Hail Mary's Vixens game, that was fun game. Very competitive. The ladies were hustling around. Close battle too. Vixens got some points. I believe that's the first few touchdowns of the season. They were very energetic about that. Hail Marys also back and forth with them. Good game. What I was super kind of caught off guard about was the West Coast Wild Vice game. It's kind of chalked to the first half, 14-14 at halftime. I'm confident in the Vice's defense, and I knew West Coast Wild was going to be hard to play against. And then the second half, West Coast Wild just started hitting their deep shots. Right, their new quarterback started dialing in, and they stopped missing, and then they just pulled away from the Vice, and it just became too much too quickly. But the Vice did a really good job with almost a brand new team, keeping them in check for most of the game before the scoring started to pour on at the end. So that kind of caught me off guard in the second half, but I was very impressed by the Vice in the first half of this game.
So, what do you see now? You were out there, you were taking stats, you were watching these women's games. Where do you see the power rankings now, based on what your assessment was going into this week 1?
Yeah, so my power rankings for the women, it's pretty much the same, except there is a huge switch. The huge switch that I have is I have moved the Chaos up to number 3, and I've had Easy
Okay.
E fall all the way down to number 5 just because they couldn't hang in this first week. I'm sure they'll climb back in because they're a well coached team. But right now, mine goes Vixens, Hail Marys, Easy E, Van City Vice, Chaos, the Rain. They're staying there till they prove me wrong either way. And then the West Coast Wild is holding strong at number 1.
And then the team that we still haven't seen yet, because they were taking part in a tournament down in Las Vegas, would be the Phillies
Yeah,
or
or the Rain,
Phillies
sorry.
Raining.
Phillies
Phillies
Rain.
Raining. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, so let's talk about men's masters. I know you were on the women's field. I was on the masters field. Um, this was a lot of fun. And again, for those that don't know, our men's masters division, new this year, our men's masters division is 40 and over. So you've got to, you've got to be of the age. Um, and you have to be willing to lather yourself up in Tiger Bomb or A535, and was definitely needing the Advil after Sunday, after playing 2 games, after not having played in a couple seasons at this level. It was a lot of fun, and just watching what was going on at the other field behind us. At the same time, there was lots of laughs. There was a massive crowd out for Adequately Average. I didn't know that most of the players on Adequately Average, they're Coquitlam Minor football coaches. So they had their kids out watching dad play, and the wives and girlfriends and everybody were out. It was honestly, it was an electric atmosphere. Totally thrilled with what happened out there. Um, there was uh, there was definitely a different level of football on each field. Um, the geriatric generals a lot of experience. Like if you combine it all, we're talking probably about 200 years of experience. Um, and going up against the masters of only football, there's a ton of talent and ton of experience there. Really impressive group of guys there. I'm not going to blow their egos up too much because, well, they kick the crap out of us, but I will say adequately average. Well done. You guys are a great group of guys. Fun to watch, fun to play against. And then we've got the masters of only football, and um, just honestly, that group, uh, that's my pick. I'm gonna bet against my own team here. Masters of Only Football is gonna run the table of this one, I think. Um, we saw some serious talent. Your power rankings leading into the season, I think, are pretty accurate.
I'm glad. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch these games, but I'm very happy that it went well. We had no ambulances come to the field. Everyone got out of
Oh,
there relatively healthy.
and I'm pretty sure that half of our division has already bought stock in Advil. So
It's just a good
that's gonna
investment.
go up through the roof. Just talking to the guys on my team after Sunday, and everybody's sharing pictures in the group chat of, like turf burn, and there's some good turf burn from Sunday, but just the aches and the pains, and guys that normally are 5 a.m. warriors at the gym. Monday to Friday haven't been to the gym yet all week, and it's Thursday, so they're still recovering. It's when you hit 40 and above, if you don't do this on a regular basis and you just jump back out there to do it again, it's going to hit you. It's going to hit you like a Mack truck. um it definitely hit me like a Mack truck. I had both my hammies seize up on me Sunday night. That was not fun.
Welcome back,
So
baby.
so where are your power rankings for the men's masters division?
Not a lot of change.
Okay.
Men's masters. I'm gonna keep it pretty much standard where it's at. I got the Masters of Only Football holding that top spot because they're the only 2-0 team. Yeah, and then I got the Only Fogies coming in right behind them. They're competitive. I just had to go off stats alone on this, and the geriatric generals, and then the men at the adequately average team coming in at the rear. But I feel like they're gonna get some wins because both their games are pretty close knit.
I think that's pretty accurate. I think exactly what you just said, and I think this is overall. It doesn't matter where you wind up. This division is going to be a lot of fun this season. There's a lot of guys on each team that have probably played against each other since they were kids, or played with each other since they were kids, and
Yeah.
growing up playing tackle ball and playing flag. And so this is going to be it's going to be fun, and that's why we built the division, was guys that want to still play but don't want to try and go up against the 20 somethings. This is an opportunity for us to still get out and enjoy
Yeah,
the
no
sport.
no 40-year-old wants to get juked out by Mark, right? Like,
No.
let's put them in their own bracket, yeah.
So let's talk about our co-ed division.
Okay. This one, pretty shocking game right off the bat. I really thought Ohananui was gonna hang tough with the Ravens Kaka, but they blew him out of the water. I think it's a bit of
I
a
love
learning
that
curve.
name.
I know the name. Hey, the name's the name.
The
Hey,
Ravens Kaka.
yeah, I'm sure they want us to pronounce it differently, but that's not how I'm gonna say it because that's how I read
No,
it.
no.
So yeah, Ravens Kaka beat Ohananui 33-6. And I think it's
Wow.
just a learning curve for the Ohananui. They're a very athletic team, but they just couldn't punch it in, and the Ravens just did not miss a single drive. They were very consistent, and that's what it takes in co-ed. You gotta hit, gotta cross your T's and dot your I's every drive.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that really showed
So,
me the difference in from the one seed to everyone else right now.
but I will say this, and I'm going to have my own power rankings at some point during the season, but I will say this right now. Ohana Nui, you have the sexiest jerseys,
Mm.
uniform in this league. And I don't care what anybody says. Come and fight me. Um, those unis are absolute fire.
Oh, I made sure I ordered one as soon as I saw the
Like,
design. I was like, okay, send me one
so
in
good,
red. Yeah,
so good. And
yeah,
I
they
think I think by the end of the season, I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna do some sort of an award or something for best dressed or something like that.
Oh
Because
yeah, we
we
have
have
to have a red carpet night.
just honestly the development of people's uniforms, and everybody's trying to progress and one up the other. It's like competing with the Joneses, or however you want to say it. Everybody seems to be doing something different every season, and it's fresh, it's clean, It looks so fire. I love it.
Dude,
So
the men's
carry
competitive
on.
unis are insane.
Oh, I
Okay, so
know.
that was a kinda shocking game. The
Yeah,
game of the day, though, for me was 2 of my top 4 teams going at it, Only Football versus Fusion X, a battle of the 3-star QBs. We had Carlos on, Only Football going against Carl and Cecil Belanger on Fusion X,
that's a
and
combo.
that's a deadly combo of quarterbacks, and it was back and forth, tight-knit, and Fusion X drove down the field, game-winning drive, and sealed it by 1 point, a 1-point conversion to win the game at the end. So cool. That's what we love about this game. Moments like that. So that was definitely my game of the co-ed morning. That was fantastic.
Okay, next up.
I mean, all the games were awesome. Van Links kind of surprised me. They played a couple of the lower ranked teams to start right now, and they are very gadgety. They move really quickly, and they are hard to defend. They are very quick team, so I'm gonna keep my eyes on them. They beat the Grimaces pretty handily, but then lost a close one to Only Hands, who I think is another super athletic team. That one was impressive. All these close games are so much fun to watch, like the Only Hands versus Van Links, and then the Only Hands had a close loss to the Outlaws, 29-26. I was super impressed by the Outlaws game. This co-ed division, teams can be moving up and down like 6 spots each week, which is depending who they play. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
So let's talk about those power rankings and where teams are sitting based on where you had them going into the season. And we'll start out down at the bottom. So at number 14, you did talk about this team. Great name, where my dog's at, but Rough Riders at number 14, and that tracks with the initial. But you know what? Good group of guys, good group of people, I should say. Um, Looked like they had some fun, and as long as you're having fun and you're learning, everybody keep in mind, if you're new to this, everybody makes playoffs. Everybody gets at least one playoff game. So if you're progressing every single week over the regular season and you're developing and you're getting better, you're still going to have a chance. Don't count yourself out. You're getting blown out in the first couple weeks. Don't count yourself out. You still got lots of time. So,
There's yeah, no season's
uh,
over for the playoffs.
another new team didn't score any points. Rampage.
Yeah, Rampage. I didn't get to watch them play, but I just looking at the scores, I'm like, that's tough. Still learning.
Yep.
Fives is a different game than anything you've ever played, right? Seems simple enough, it's tiny field, but there's so much details that go into moving the ball and just having a quarterback that knows, how to keep the ball safe is such a big thing that a lot of teams
Yeah.
don't have yet.
And then another new team to our league this year. Another move over from the sevens game is the Grimaces at number 12.
Yes, quarterback has a huge arm. They have some speed. They have some height. They gotta figure out how to move the ball more effectively. They just keep taking deep shots. It's just not effective on such a tight knit field. They need a little more tic tac toe. That's the
Right.
only thing holding them back. They have the pieces. I'm very confident they can start winning games if they kind of install some kind of simpler offense.
Next group, probably one of my favorite groups in the co-ed division, the Renegades.
Yeah, they were 2 close losses. I think they're gonna be moving up. I think they're gonna start getting the W's. They just happened to play against a couple good teams. They scored a lot of points, just didn't quite make it happen.
Yeah, and I think they've added a couple pieces this season. Good athletes. Jordan's their I got to pin Jordan's son as their leader, and he's fantastic. Still young, still lots of learning to do, but he is just a smart football player. So next up is number 10. Went 1-1 this weekend. Um, they've definitely got a good defense, and Leon Kim especially. The Guardians at number 10.
Yeah, Guardians for sure. They had a good game against the Grimaces. I think they had most of his picks in that game. Their defense looks strong. Both games, their defense looks strong. And so I think they're going to be competitive, hard to move the ball on. Their offense needs to get a little bit more momentum to start bringing in some more W's. But very good team.
At number 9, those shifty Van Links, and we've already talked about them. Look, this group, they've got the co-ed division team, they've got a men's comp division team. They are a great group of ballers, new to our league. Uh, Definitely not new to the sport entirely, but they remind me a lot of the Mexican style of play.
Yes.
Like,
All
it's just very
misdirect.
fast, very calculated, but shifty.
Yeah, their quarterback doesn't take a lot of risks. The balls are
No.
short. The ball gets out of his hands quickly. He gives his
Yeah.
playmakers a chance to make plays. You miss a flag, they score. That's how simple their offense is. They're going to get people on the outside wings trying to get one-on-one matchups on the sideline with lots of misdirection, and they could do that in co-ed. I think they're going to go far.
At number 8, we've got the Outlaws, 1-1 over the weekend, 36 points for, 62 points against.
Yeah, a very close-knit win and then a very lopsided loss. So tough to feel which direction they're heading in. I love this team.
Mhm.
Fun team, but let's keep an eye on this one because it can go either way. I could expect them to get back in the top 5 or them fall into the bottom 5.
And number 7, we've got Only Hands.
Yeah, only hands. I mean, still love their roster. Young team, lot of
Mhm.
speed. So both high scoring games, very close. Don't think they're uh don't think they're a team to take lightly.
No, they can definitely put up the points, but they gotta figure out how to stop the points.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Number 6, another new team to us this season, sort of new to the Fives game for sure. It's the Beauties.
Yeah, I think this is a very good team offensively and defensively. I mean, they didn't give up a point. I think their matchups were a bit, I guess, slated for them to look really good. I'm excited how they fare against the top tier in this division right now. But right now, hey, 74 plus 74, right? Like hard to not put love on their name. So I
They
think
do
after
have
the
they do have a very smart quarterback,
yes, big arm.
who's a student of the game and has a great arm, has played at multiple levels, has played sevens, I know, for a while, played tackle, knows what he's doing. So, good things coming for the Beauties. Number 5, those fire jerseys, Ohana Nui.
Yeah, Ohana Nui, still nothing's changed for me. I think they're going to be in the running at the end of the season. They have amazing athletes. I think they need a little more cohesion on the defensive side of things. I'm just basing that off the one Ravens game I watched. I mean, that was a battle of the best and the best right there. So that's hard to poo poo on them too much. But I really think that they're going to figure it out. And once they do, they will be deadly.
Not bad, 40 points for, 33 against over the 2 games. Again, putting up points is one thing, but you gotta learn how to stop, and that's why they say defense wins championships, man. If you can't stop points, it doesn't matter how many you're gonna put up. So, this one I'm I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised. Number 4 at 2-0 with 68 points for and 8 points against is the Ego team.
I mean, the 68 points for, I'm not surprised at all. Leo knows how to move the football. I didn't know he would be this effective, but holy cow, does this team look good. The 8 points against, amazing. Their defense, lockdown. I was very surprised on that. They have some extremely dominant women on this team who you cannot get around, and the guys are just as fiery. I'm worried about them in every game.
And number 3 at 1-1, and this is why I'm a little bit confused as to why number 3 is where they are and number 4 is where they are. Number 3, you've got Only Football.
Only football is here because they lost a very tight knit game. They barely lost to Fusion X, and I think their quarterback is still going to bring them out. And I think they're going to play every game very tight. Like I don't see them losing many more games. So I have them here right now. They got to prove me otherwise.
Okay. So that brings us to number 2, as you just alluded to, Fusion X.
Yeah, Fusion X. Holy cow, they caught me off guard. That combination of Cecil and Carl, um, team to beat for sure. They are skyrocketing and they look deadly.
And they do have good defense. Robert Sisson at rush is just a monster.
He's
Um,
going to put the hurt on you if you're not a mobile
yeah,
quarterback.
absolutely. And then at number 1, nothing's changed here. We have Ravens. Caw.
Yeah, this is chalk.
Is that
They're
is that how
good.
they want it said?
Yeah, that's probably how they want it said.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
the Ravens.
Sorry, that wasn't my greatest bird impression.
I thought there was a bird in my room, so I mean, you nailed it.
No, that was awful.
Yeah, Ravens.
Ravens Caw at number 1, 2-0, 43-point differential, 69 for, 26 against. Uh, what do you see anything changing with this at
Not
all?
until I'm proven otherwise. This team
Yeah.
has weapons out the yin yang, a great quarterback, a great defense. Having Say, Mark, and Kobe makes an almost impossible score run. And holy cow, their women balled out. Every time I looked over the
Yeah.
field, I was watching one of their ladies get a touchdown.
So, and I will say this too. I got confirmation. I got his name right. It is Shea at Kinsami,
Congratulations. I had never
right?
even tried
That
to say
that
it.
that's the only win that I needed this season, and I got it. So we're good.
Hang your hat on
Uh,
that. Ugh.
so I did hear a rumor, and I'm going to talk about this now, and I don't care if it stirs the pot. Did I hear correct that the Ravens Kaka might be losing their starting quarterback at some point this season?
Ooh, I'm not sure about this season, but there is a timeline for him to be leaving the province for a while, so I don't see him returning. I feel like he's going to be here for the playoffs, though, so I'm not
Okay.
moving him off the top of the rankings till I'm told otherwise.
Okay. Well, you know, you you know who you are. Please don't go anywhere. Okay. So let's move on, and then we'll start with let's talk about the men's comp. And we're saying men's comp because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new name. We are not calling this men's rec anymore. This is now men's competitive. This is our men's comp division. This way we can better alignment for future divisions down the road, and it just sounds better than men's rec. All the news articles and everything that's been popping up over the last few weeks calls us a recreational league, and we are much more than a recreational league. So we wanted to remove men's rec. So let's talk about the men's comp division.
I couldn't agree more with that. Saying these guys do it recreationally is pretty disrespectful. These people are
Yeah,
committed. The level of
and
play is
competitive.
fantastic.
Unreal.
Yeah. All
Unreal.
right.
So we're
You want
gonna
to talk about some teams and just
start down the bottom. We got 20 to get through, so we're gonna fly through this because we are kind of pressed for time
all
today.
right.
So
Well,
number
yeah,
20.
I'll list them off, and then you tell me if there's any you want to talk about.
Okay,
At number 20, I have the Game of Throws. They had tough start. Not surprised about
new
that,
group.
but yeah, new group. That's all it is to
Yeah,
say about that. 19, holy cow, these jersey combos are amazing. They have
yeah,
shirts,
fantastic.
matching shorts, and they are so clean. Shout out to the Pacquiao Packers. I got to know them
And
a
I
bit
will
over the
say,
week.
I want to touch on Pacquiao Packers.
Yeah,
These guys are fun.
their
This whole
Instagram,
group,
unreal.
they're check out the Pacquiao Packers on Instagram. They are absolutely hilarious. These are a great group of guys. Looking forward to seeing what else they're going to produce for us this season. Just a solid group of people. So moving on, number 18.
18, Speedy Sings. They got speed, need to execute. Don't know a lot about them outside of that.
Okay.
Number
Not bad. They put up 27 points, 45 against.
yeah,
That's a decent showing for week one.
grindy games. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Number 17.
Number 17, the Goblins didn't score any points, so tough to move them up. They had tough matchups. That's why they're not at the bottom, but
Mhm.
they got to score some points.
Number 16, my favorite name of a team for you know why. And I did get some video from the guys on the weekend to kind of give you an understanding and an explanation as to why they have this name. Number 16 is
My new favorite team name. Thank you for the explanation. The Lot Lizards. Yeah, big fan of their team name and their energy. After talking to a couple of them, good
yeah.
guys. They're going to start winning some games. I'm excited to see how their season goes.
Number 15.
Number 15, I have Ole Mush, another fantastic jerseys combo team. They're going to start winning games. Unfortunately, they had two tough matchups with two top tier teams.
Yeah, I'm not going to apologize for that. Number number 14.
Number 14, I have the Burnaby Jacks, another fun team name. They had two close games, so they can clean it up a bit. They got to win, so could go either way.
Did you catch any of them at the field with a bottle of Crown?
I was on the hunt because I was pretty dehydrated, but I could not find any of them.
I don't think Crown's going to help you. Make sure you check out BioSteel. biosteel.com/BCAFFL. You get 20% off.
Oh, good.
Uh, number 13.
Okay, number 13. I actually just got some information about this team. So before we get into the power rankings, my Adam Scheftering got a very interesting ad. So someone just messaged me. The men's comp division Vipers have just signed former Hugh Boyd star and former West Shore Rebel Bryce Mosley at defensive back.
Oh
He
my.
is he is a very talented football player. He is a lefty QB as well if they need him in a pinch. Great defensive back, and he was a teammate of men's elite star Troy Wong throughout their career. So big fan of
Breaking
their game.
news.
That's a big ad. So they're going to be climbing the standings. Right now they're 13. I expect them to crack the top 5 at some point this year.
Okay. So Vipers were a league created team with a bunch of single reg guys, and we just threw people together a couple seasons ago. They got their first win ever
Yeah.
this last weekend.
Congratulations to the guys on the
That's got to
Vipers.
feel good.
You
That's got to
should.
feel good.
That's got to feel great.
Number 12, 1-1 over the weekend.
We have the Spades. Yeah, they won a game. They close scores, steady play. They were a lot cleaner than I expected, so I'm excited to watch them more.
Okay. At number 11,
Number 11, the Dogs. Fan of their jersey kits. I didn't get to watch them play any games, unfortunately. It's just how it is. My eyes were stuck somewhere most of the day, but yeah, I'm looking excited to watching them coming forward.
46 points for, 26 against. I did catch their second game. These guys are solid. They were solid last season throughout the fall. They're going to be, I would expect the Dogs to move up probably over the next 2 weeks. They're going to move up over these into these power rankings a little bit higher. Number 10, the returning champions.
Number 10, the returning champs, the Head Tappers. I have them here just because, I mean, they lost. I wasn't expecting them to lose any games. I wanted to climb up the rankings, but 1-1 puts you in the middle of the pack.
Fair.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Wild Dogs. I wanted another team I wanted to have higher, but unfortunately, the one game I watched, they struggled. I know they dominate. They dominate most of the time, but I won the one game I watched against Pass Pro Shops. They couldn't move the ball, so unfortunately, I have them kind of middling till they start figuring that out.
At number 8, we have the 1-1 Van Lynx.
Yeah, this is a team that I think teams are going to have a struggle with. They move the ball well, and they don't turn
Yep.
the ball over, which is how you win football games. You make the other team drive. That's how you grind out wins. This team can do that.
At number 7, we have
The Vancouver Vikings. I'm a fan of this team. They had a tough game against Scout Team that was very close. I expect them to win most of their matchups this season, but there's a reason there's a tiering system here. There's some top teams that they need to figure out how to play with.
And let's go to number 6. And I know you spoke pretty highly about this team going into the season, so let's see. I'm curious to hear your take.
Yeah, the BC Blazers. I have them at number 6. A lot of speed on this team, obviously, with our favorite guy whose name I can't say properly. That's another team that doesn't look like their offense is too clean yet, but teams aren't going to score near, they're not going to win. So I expect them to grind out wins defensively, and they'll start to figure out offense and make them a lot better along the way too.
38 points for, 32 against over the weekend. I did watch the second half of their second game. Solid. They move the ball really well. And you're right, their speed it's quite deadly. So, but look, there's a lot of speed in this division. I think even more so than even the men's elite. I think there's more on the ground, just shiftiness here, whereas the men's elite division is a lot more calculated, precision.
That's true.
I think the men's comp division houses a lot more on the ground speed. So,
Absolutely.
number 5, 2-0 over the weekend.
Pretty good start too. Number 5, I have the Outlaws. I, love the quarterback. He's going to make it happen. And a lot of speed on defense.
62 points for, only 20 points against, so their defense got it done. So
Yeah, definitely.
that's great. Okay, number 4, the Band of Makers.
The biggest movement in the power rankings. I
No
was not
kidding.
sure who was on this team. They showed up and I said, holy cow, that's Jason Bourne. They brought a lot of talent, a lot of height, a lot of speed, a lot of energy, and
Yeah,
they dusted both games.
great energy, this team. 67 points for, 19 points against.
I tried to get an interview with their quarterback after the game. He was so hyped up. It was all screaming. It didn't make any sense when I put it on
Yeah.
replay. Sorry, I can't post that video, but we'll try to get another one as the season goes on.
Yeah, I think we'll work on that for next week. Okay, number 3, on the move.
Number 3, I have Pass Pro Shops. This team climbed up fast. I looked at their defense. Holy cow, their defense looked electric. Their quarterback is strong. Offense has some playmakers. This is going to be a team to compete with.
77 points for, 28 points against on Sunday, and this team showed up last season and they competed every week. They they were getting better every game, just progressing. I'm expecting big things from Pass Pro Shops. I think they surpass Scout Team after next week.
Okay, that is the
So
game of the week then. That's going to be
I,
huge.
I I gave this away. So number 2, Scout Team.
Yeah, Scout Team's It's their defense. Their defense is elite. Their quarterback moves the ball well, but that defense is so strong in this competitive division. I don't see a lot of teams score more than 14 points on them in a week. So they can get to that 16-point mark. I see them winning most of their games.
53 points for, 14 points against for Scout Team on Sunday. It's hard to beat when you have a defense that can lock it down like that, and they've
Yeah,
got good defensive talent.
across the board strong. No weak links on that team.
So that leaves us with our number one in the men's comp division.
This one's a bit unfair because their matchups were quite favorable, but if you average winning games by 40 points at least every game, you're a powerhouse. So at number one, I have Only Football, who who absolutely ran the table on both their games.
And I look 97 points for, I mean, nobody really even comes close to that. 18 points against, solid defensively. I know Jason's gonna I'm gonna blow Jason's ego up just a little bit here, buddy. Um, Jason Faria, who built Only Football and has built with his wife Kat. They've built these programs, these groups of amazing ballers, amazing people. Have done a fantastic job. Jason's also now this season our community engagement director for the league, and has done a fantastic job of just creating I guess just a football loving environment for all of these new ballers and new friends. And um, he's done an amazing job coming from where he came from. Jason played with my co-ed team, I think 1 or 2 games like 10 years ago. And then when we first started this, he brought out the purple people eaters, and it was a struggle for them. And a lot of the same ballers that they have now have stuck with them from the beginning. So props to Jason and Kat, and props to that group. You guys have done an amazing job, and thank you for bringing us all your teams. Appreciate you all greatly. So moving on, that's going to bring us to our men's elite division. And wow, was it ever elite?
Yeah, I mean, all the scores were very tight outside of a few couple games. The rest of them were so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
There were some huge surprises. I mean, I didn't expect Nightmare to go 0-2. Both their
No.
games were crazy tight. Like, I was very impressed by the Gators. The Rebels brought out a crazy good squad, so they're going to be one team to watch this year. There were some fantastic games all around.
So let's get into it then. Let's talk about the power rankings for our men's elite division. And we're going to start out at number 12 with the Hungover Heroes.
Yeah, they were unfortunately on the side of two shellackings. I hope they figure it out. I think they just need to learn the fives game, maybe watch some YouTube, figure out where to put the ball, and defense will hopefully come together as well. Just a bit of experience problems right now.
Yeah. And I had a conversation with these guys pregame. Great energy, great group of people. I think you're right. I think they just need to get their feet wet and try and figure out, which way's up for the most part.
Mhm.
Number 11.
Number 11, I have the PRE Dolphins. They're another team that had two tough matchups. They got to build some momentum and figure it out.
Okay. Number 10, and this is yeah, I mean, shocking, really.
I mean,
This is a team that we talked about in the power rankings last week, where we said this is going to be the season for them to put up or shut up, because they're always right there, right?
absolutely.
Now, I will say this, because I think leading up to this game, I think their quarterback had already played 4 games going into this one, so he might have been gassed.
I mean, that's something they're gonna have to deal with all season then, right? So that
Yeah,
will be a problem to address.
yeah,
He
for sure.
he played good. I watched their defense. You know, it's funny. They were jawing me about calling their defense Swiss cheese. Then I walked over to watch them play, and the first play of the game was just a go ball over all their heads.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a great look on their part, but I know they have ballers on this team. They brought out some old heads from the eights league who could still ball. So I'm expecting them to compete well. But still, like 0-2, we got to start figuring it out before these guys start poking holes in the team.
Absolutely. Okay. Moving on, number 9, and again, this was kind of a bit of a shock.
Yeah, number 9, I have the Hammer Time. They had tough loss to start the season. I'm expecting more of them. Expecting them to get a little tighter. They they had two tough matchups, right? And unfortunately, I'm sure they're gonna figure it out.
Number 8, we've moved up a spot.
Yes. I have moved the Yetis up a spot.
Thank
They
God.
I know
I'm
these are your
telling you,
boys.
after your power rankings went out, I didn't stop hearing the end of it. So
No kidding, no kidding.
yeah,
I expect them to keep climbing. They have
yeah.
absolute weapons on offense. Their offense is super clean. Defense looked pretty good, right? The defense looked decent. So I'm gonna keep my eye on them. I'll keep moving them up the rankings if they keep winning games and getting turnovers.
I'll bet you're going to be keeping your eye on them, especially this Sunday. Number 7, the Honey Badgers. I love this team.
Yeah, they are awesome.
Yeah,
Their quarterback wasn't who I expected. I was expecting ET to come out. They had a different guy. He struggled hard in the first game against a tough Vice defense, and started to figure it out in the back end. So I kind of am excited to see what direction this team takes.
I did see ET on the weekend.
Yeah, he didn't play though.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe he played the second game. I only watched their first game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6, I have the Burnaby Gators. Pretty new team, young, fast, competitive bunch of guys who quarterbacks got a zip. I'm excited to watch this team ball out.
And at number 5, I had a conversation with these guys. They're our international team, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they're not who I expected. I thought we were going to get one of the teams that have come to the Pacific International Tournament. No, brand new bunch of guys look like they're rocking soccer jerseys. They are a quick team. They've
Brazil. Or
played.
Brazil jerseys.
Oh, is that what they are? Okay, so they are
Yeah.
soccer jerseys.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, clean, fast, good team. I'm expecting them to compete. I could see them going either direction of these power rankings.
At number 4, we have the
These
Showtime Rebels.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call them the Rebels to simplify it for
Rebels.
my
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
A legend showed up. Dale Baxter came out to quarterback, a BC Athletic Hall of Fame player who knows where to put the football. His first ever time playing fives. He looked solid. Their team is crazy fast, crazy strong, good hands. I expect this team to compete with everyone every game.
At number 3,
At number 3, I have the Showtime, who had some big wins. I was always on the fence about them competing and being consistent. They proved that they had that this week.
at number 2,
At number 2, this is going to be a shock to some, but I'm just basing it off week 1. I have the Van City Vice, who played awesome. They were trying some new things out, that they played to the level of their competition. And I am basing my power ranking strictly off of what I watched. I have them as the second best team in the league right now. We'll see how it is after next week.
which means number 1.
The Ravens. They looked so good on both sides of the ball. I know their matchups were pretty favorable, but same rule applies. You beat teams by 50, you go up in the power rankings.
Okay, before we move on, we need to talk about game changers. So we're going to announce our game changers weekly right here. Okay, so subscribe, like, share. You want to know who the game changer is going to be? This is where you're going to find out. So we're going to start ladies first. Women's division game changer for week 1. Go ahead, Hunter.
I am going to go with a defensive superstar and offensive weapon this week. The ladies' game changer of the week is Jessica Lang. Holy cow, was she dominant on both sides of the ball, whether it was dodging 20 people or picking off every deep ball that was in her direction. I was so impressed by her this week.
Congratulations, Jess. Okay, let's go with the men's masters division. I'll call this one without a doubt. There's really, I mean, look, there was a few players that we could have given this to. I'm going with what I physically saw with my own eyes. Men's masters division, our game changer for week 1 is the ageless wonder, Carl De Leon. Carl, he's just a beast in the backfield with the ball, man. 8 passing touchdowns in 2 games.
It's a Patrick Mahomes-esque day for Carl in the Masters division.
Yeah. Okay. Our co-ed division, and I know this one you were feeling a little bit more passionate about. You witnessed this one. So let's talk about our co-ed female game changer of the week.
The co-ed female game changer of the week is Val Guevara. I am so impressed by her. She caught about every second pass she had in their big bout against Ohana, and she scored all the touchdowns. She had great separation, great routes, and was just always open, and that's not easy, especially against a good team. So she dominated. You ball out, you get the call out. Good for you, Val.
Week one, co-ed female game changer, Val, from Ravens Caca. Uh, Now, the co-ed male of the week,
I'll give this
sir,
one to you.
Mr. Cecil Belanger. Congratulations, sir. You are a game changer for week one. Fusion, dominant performance. That combo, like you said, with the two quarterbacks. But Cecil got it done on what was it, the last play of the game or close to the
Yeah,
last play of the game?
this nomination goes to clutchness. He caught the game-winning touchdown conversion. I mean, just making a play in a moment like that's worth the award for the week. Clutched up. I know other people might have more stats. Other people might feel they played a good game, but when I look over and I watch this man winning a game on the last play, that's pretty impressive. That's game changing.
Men's comp. We're going with the defensive side of the ball instead of the offensive side of the ball because of an unreal performance over two games. Men's comp is
I believe it's Nolan Forster, right?
Nolan Forster. You got
Nolan
it.
Forster. He had a huge week. Completely ran the backfield. How many interceptions did he have this week?
I believe 5 interceptions or 6 interceptions over 2 games.
Crazy number. Every ball that went deep was his ball. He must have been fair catching it at some point because he was near every single pass.
Yeah, for only football. 6 interceptions in 2 games. Nolan was all over that field.
Deadly.
So congratulations, Nolan Forster. And our men's elite game changer for week one from the BC Yetis, Mr. Andrew Barnbrook.
Barney.
Barney.
Weapon.
This guy's a monster, and he is one of the nicest, coolest people I've ever met. But you get this guy on the field and you put him downfield, just throw the ball up. He's gonna go and get it, man, every single time. And they did that. And Barney walked away after 2 games with 5 touchdowns.
Pretty impressive. He looks like an ox. He runs like a gazelle. I don't know how to defend this guy, right? You can't put a body on him, and you have to cover him deep. He takes 2 guys every play, and he still scores 5 touchdowns. What a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you have it. There's our game changers for the week. Stay tuned for next week's game changers. All right. We're gonna see some big scores. We're gonna see hopefully some big stops this weekend in all of our divisions. And we're at South Surrey Athletic. This Sunday is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more of an event, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's going to be a pretty crazy event at South Surrey with all the food trucks, with all the matchups, with all the players that are going to be coming. Things could shake up a lot.
So we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and it's what everybody's been talking about for the last 2 weeks. Yesterday, Global News broke another part of the story that we do have confirmation from Global News that Nathan Rourke will be throwing this weekend at South Surrey Athletic Park. Men's elite games go at 12:40 p.m. The anticipation and the buildup for this has reached proportions that even I didn't anticipate. Last week there was we had great meetings, a conversation at the field, just walking through the park, and there's Glenn Suter from TSN.
Yeah, I mean,
like this is just, it's reaching a different level, and it is extremely exciting. I don't even know what to expect this weekend for spectators, for what we're going to see just in general at the field. There's a different level of excitement here, and it's obvious why. This is never been done before. This is something that is new for the entire country, and we're being talked about. The BC Adult Flag Football League is on the tips of people's tongues across this entire country. They're talking about it on Sportsnet Radio 650. They're talking about it on TSN. They're talking about it on Global, on City, on CTV. It's being talked about across this country that Nathan Rourke, the CFL's most outstanding player for 2025, is trying his hand at flag football and wants to take a shot at the Olympics. And you know what? I am so glad he's doing this. Not just for the exposure that we are getting as a league, but he is the best quarterback for that job, in my opinion. I think if you think that you are a better quarterback than Nathan Rourke, I think you better show up and put up. because he's a student of the game. If you watch any of his film, if you've watched anything that he's ever played or anything he's ever done at every level, he has succeeded. And I think he's going to succeed at this. And I think he's going to be a quick student and a quick study of this game to a point where he is going to go and represent Canada in 2028.
Absolutely. I am such a fan of this guy as a person, as a football player. I think he's going to pick it up and he's going to compete at a fantastic level. Or the Van City Vice are blessed to have a plethora of talented quarterbacks this season. It's going to be a QB battle all year between him and Team Canada's current quarterback. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
I think that's a bit of an unfair advantage, sir. Um, Look, Michael O'Connor and Nathan Rourke on the same roster. I mean, uh, it doesn't get much better than that in this sport, not in this country. So good on Van City Vice. It's going to be an exciting show this weekend. Um, Reminder that Team BC camps. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about Team BC camps real quick. When are those coming up?
Absolutely. Team BC camp is going to be this Friday. It says 6:30. I want people there at 6 o'clock getting warm. South Surrey Athletic. It is free to register. If you want to come compete, get coached up a bit, and just get exposure to some higher level of football concepts, please come out. We are wanting as many bodies as we can have. We want dudes who want a ball. Like, if you think you can compete or if
And
you just want to
ladies.
come learn, men's, women's, we want everybody balling out this weekend. Friday night, and then the following one will be the Wednesday after.
So, just for those of you that aren't familiar, Team BC is opening tryouts over the next couple of weeks for the men's and women's teams to go and represent British Columbia at our Senior Canada Nationals this year at the end of June, back east of Montreal. Um, Hunter, I guess we can say that Hunter, unofficially, because it hasn't been announced by Football BC, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say Hunter will be your Team BC men's head coach.
Yeah, I'm
Congratulations.
going to be running the offensive side of things. I got
Right.
Dan LaVenture running the defensive side of things, so we have some good football minds and some
Great talent.
competitive dudes. If you want to
Yeah.
come on a trip with us and represent your province and go compete against everybody else, come out.
So, if you're watching this and it's 1:30 in the afternoon Pacific time on Thursday, you may or may not have already heard and seen on our social media for this summer for our Pacific International Open. We've big announcement. We'll call this breaking news. Apex is coming to the Pacific International Open. Can you talk to us as somebody who's gone down and played in USA Flag or now iFlag in the Worlds? Talk to us. Who is Apex?
They are the best flag football players in the world. Hard to argue with that, right?
This
They
is a
know
lot
the
of
game.
Team USA athletes.
Yes, they compete for their country because they are amazing at what they do, and they're going to come here and share their knowledge and their competitiveness and their passion with us. We are so lucky. I would say every single player in this league should attend this event. They should come see how it is to play flag football at that level and how to treat it like a whole different game.
So the way that this is going to work is they're going to be coming up here. They're going to be running a summer skills camp for adults and for kids, men's and women's, boys and girls. There is a fee associated with this that Apex will be charging. It's going to be at Seltzer Athletic Park on the Thursday leading up to the tournament, which starts on the Friday, July 23rd. Um, you get a camp jersey, you get positional training, speed and agility training, game IQ and decision making. And you can check out on our socials, on our Instagram and Facebook pages. The link to register is there. So, uh,
I'm signing up for this 100%. If you think
that's
you know more than these people, you're a bad teammate. You should sign up for this too.
aside from all of the other regions around the globe that have already told us that they're wanting to come and play in the summer's tournament. This in itself is just it's massive.
It's
Um,
amazing.
uh, when this finally came down today, excuse me, when this finally came down today, I was kind of just like, is this actually happening? And it's happening. There's a lot happening. It's been a very exciting spring season to start already. And it's just going to get better. Don't forget this coming weekend at Seltzer Athletic Park. We're starting there at 9 a.m. Fields 9 and 8, 14600 Rotary Way in South Surrey, BC. Um, we're gonna have food trucks. Bring your appetite. Bring your appetite for what's going to be on the field and off the field. TNT wraps and Booster Juice will be on site serving up the food and the drinks. So come hungry, leave happy. It's going to be a good day of football. The weather's supposed to be good. As always, I'm your host, Derek Slavin, for No Run Zone. He's Hunter Lake. We'll see you next week.